Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com, and I am back with yet another experiment with a medium on top of Yupo paper with just a background piece of cardstock, just to do kind of a twofer project where I get a background and the top piece of Yupo paper, which is really what I'm going after. So that I can try and use distress spray stains and distress oxide sprays on top of the Yupo paper, which unaltered without a medium on top generally will not stick. And so today I have just a little bit left of this. I don't know what I used it for, but apparently I used a lot of it in the past. So I'm going to try this Liquitex Ultra Matte Medium and see how it compares to the other mediums that I've used so far, that being regular matte medium, gesso, and light molding paste. So hopefully there is enough left in here to give this a whirl. It's actually thicker than the regular matte medium. So as in the past, I'm just going to go over the top of the cutout and the cardstock, so I get the medium on both. And hopefully if I don't move that cutout too much, I'll get an impression of the cutout in the background. Oh, that was great. And it probably won't be super crisp again, because I did not spray it with repositionable adhesive, so it is moving a little bit. Go down this way, maybe work a little bit better. And that color is picking up some of the wet ink that's on this background worksheet. So again, if I wanted to, I could smooth it out a little bit better, but I kind of like those striations because usually what I'm going for is the look of old, grungy, metal, wood, that sort of thing. So I am going to lift off the cutout. Oh, got a pretty decent impression. So I'm going to go off and let both of these dry, and when they are, I will be back. Hi, I'm back, and my Ultra Matte Medium has now dried on the background cardstock and the little Yupo cutout. So I am ready to spritz. And once again, I'm going to be using the Distress Oxide sprays, just kind of using the same colors that I've been using for the other experiments. So Mermaid Lagoon in both the oxide and the spray. I've got some peeled paint in the spray and Shabby Shutters in the oxide, and then I've got Rusty Hinge in both. And so those will probably be the ones that I end up using. I've got some bundled sage as well, so I may come in with some of that. And anyway, we'll just get started spraying. So I'm going to spritz. Actually, you know what? No, I'll just stick with what I got out. So this is Shabby Shutter. So I'm going to spritz over the top. And I'm just using a background piece of cardstock because then maybe I'll get a three-fer out of this project. Don't forget to wipe your pump. And again, come back over with some of the Mermaid Lagoon. That was kind of a cool pattern there. I kind of spritzed it sideways and you can see more rings, which is kind of neat. And then, as I've done before, coming back over with the spray stains. Give it a little bit deeper, darker color. And maybe I'll use some of the bundled sage. And in this case, I'm just kind of holding it down, or pumping it, if you will, like a little slower. And that just gives more of the dots, like a bigger spray dot effect. And then, as usual, okay. All right, I had ink on the top and it's now coming out the pump. So cool spray splatter. So that actually worked without even having a pump. Just a little bit more. And maybe some right there. And I'm going to go off and let it dry. And when it dries, I will be back. Hi, I'm back, and the Distress Oxide and Distress Spray Stains have dried on top of the Liquitex Ultra Matte Medium. And I really loved the way that session came out. The spray stain, this is only one coat, so the spray stain and distress stain really seem to cover very well on the ultra matte medium. I'm assuming because it's less porous, or more porous actually, than the regular matte medium, which, if you remember, came out pretty light and I had to come back over with more coats. So really liked the look of that. And then it worked equally as well on the Yupo. The only issue that I'm having right now is the back of the Yupo paper cutout still has the ink on it, and so it's still getting all over everything. And this is the whole reason I'm doing all these experiments. The stains just won't dry on the Yupo paper. If I were to wipe that off, I might as well use my fingers since they're disgusting anyway. You can see that it does stain, but most of it ends up wiping off. So you get much better coverage using a medium on top of the Yupo paper, and I really like this ultra matte medium, both on the Yupo paper, which was really the original experiment, and on the cardstock background as well. So I hope you like that experiment. Give it a try, and I'll see you next time.